All right, guys. So coming to you with something that we want to release. I know the 2024 schedule is out. I know that holidays are coming up. A lot of things going on. We're wrapping up the end of the year with a couple last classes. But wanted to bring something that Rod and I were discussing that ties into one of our classes next year. So I know that a lot of people's been asking questions about some of the new classes on the schedule. I'm going to do another video probably into this week or so, highlighting all the new classes with the new class descriptions. The events will get put up this month. The website will be updated with all the new classes this month. Just give us time. We're slammed. But what I want to do is announce. We're going to start something December 1st. Okay, it's going to be an option in a giveaway. It's all kinds of good stuff. So I'm going to come to you guys about that very quickly. What we are announcing starting December 1st through December the 10th is an Apex Defense Group 100 10-day Brotherhood Challenge. Okay. So Rod and I were discussing this, and we really have been talking about some challenges, and the instructor staff have been discussing. And so what we want to do is come up with this challenge starting December 1st. It's 10 days. You guys can hang with us for 10 days. It's at your own time, own place, own space, and just using a comment section. We were talking about brotherhood and camaraderie, and we have that new brotherhood event scheduled. I think it's July on the 2024 schedule. What that's going to be is 2 days, 2 nights, where dudes can get together. We learn, we grow together. It's like a knowledge transfer day. So we're going to have a module of shooting. We're going to have a module of fighting and hand-to-hand, a module of fitness and PT, a module of medical, combat medical, a module of spiritual growth, life coaching, low light, as well as just meals together. We're going to feed you guys every meal. Going to have some meals together, some camaraderie events and team events. I think that so many of us, I know just back when, operational work, I miss a team. I miss those guys that I talk to every day. I miss the camaraderie. I miss doing life with people. And that's something that Rod and I are big into, is doing life with our friends, with family. We were not meant to go through this life alone. And I know a lot of guys are going through things in life where they're just feeling unfulfilled, or they're going through divorces, Rod always says, you've heard him on the podcast, he said, you're either coming out of a storm, or in a storm, or going into a storm. And so we really look at, so many of us feel like we don't have anybody. We feel stuck. And so I think and why is that? I think a lot of it is we have this predator-prey mentality where we think we're either the predator or the prey in this situation. And Rod related, he said, you're either the wolf, the sheep, or the shepherd, right? And so I'm going to say this: sheep, whether you're sheep, they live in a herd. Wolves live in a pack. Shepherds always are in groups. Even sheepdogs, it's better if they're in a pair. And so we really need that brotherhood, that bonding. And so, even scripture talks about iron sharpens iron in relation to friendship. So even scripturally, a friend is someone who sharpens you. If they're not sharpening you, if they're dulling you, or, just not growing, I'm going to challenge that high level of friendship there. And so what we want is to work on this. We want to sharpen each other and to work on sharpening. So this is 10-day challenge, all right, for the month of December 1st through 10th. We might end up doing multiple of these, but for now, 10 days starting December 1st, we're going to see what kind of response we get. If you guys hang in this, there's going to be a massive giveaway at the end. I'm not going to spoil some things, but there's going to be multiple giveaways: med gear, free classes, free ticket to the Brotherhood event, little things like that. But here's the parameters. You have to post every day. You can't miss it. You got to be in it every day. That's the parameters. So here's what it's going to be. It's 10 days, 10 challenges. Most of these are a daily challenge, and there's a couple that are for the 10 days. So here they are. I'm going to list off all 10. Number one, walk 10 miles over the 10 days. So you can do it 1 mile a day. You can do 10 miles in one day. Doesn't matter. But for the 10 days, you have to walk 10 miles. Okay. You need to do 10 people of encouragement. So encouraging 10 people, right, over the course of the 10 days. Again, could be one a day, could be at a church event or something. You just knock out 5 or 6 at a time. So over the 10 days, 10 encouraging things. Number 3, 10 acts of selfless service. So I think family, it's a great place to start. So walk in, and if you want nothing in return, no expectations, 10 acts of service. It could be you walk in, you say, honey, I'm going to do the dishes tonight just to better serve you. I love you, and what love means is sacrificial service. I want to do that. Could be a kid. Do one of his activities, right? It could be you go out and you spend quality time, no electronics with the kid, right? For at least 10 minutes. You can even say that. What it needs to be, though, is their love language or something that's going to be meaningful and impactful to them. So 10 acts of selfless service over the 10 days. I'm going to challenge you, start with friends, family. That's who I want you to start with. It could also be you help a nice elderly lady load her groceries in the grocery store, and just remind her that she's loved and awesome, right? So 10 push-ups, 10 times a day. That's 100 push-ups a day. And if you knock out 80, then the next day you owe me 120, okay? 10 Bible verses daily. Some people say, well, I'm not a believer. Hey, there's plenty that you can still get out of the word, even not being a believer. 10 verses daily. Next one, 10 pages of a nonfiction book daily. 10 minutes of dry fire daily, working on that mind, body, spirit. So working on body, 10 minutes of dry fire, 10 minutes of quiet time or prayer time, no electronics, no distractions daily. And then the 2 more, 10 things you fast. So it could be you give up one new thing a day. So maybe on Monday, hey, I'm not going to have any sugar. Day 2, no Facebook. Or it could be you give up one thing for the 10 days. Hey, I'm going to go no sugar for 10 days, or whatever that's going to be. And then the last one, 10 minutes a day learning a new skill. So you have, I'll review these. Walk 10 miles, 10 push-ups 10 times a day, 10 Bible verses daily, 10 minutes of quiet time or prayer time daily, 10 acts of encouragement over the 10 days, 10 minutes of dry fire daily, 10 pages of a nonfiction book, 10 minutes learning a new skill, 10 acts of selfless service, and 10 days of fasting something or fasting one thing for 10 days. What this should do is it should give you 10 things to work on. And this is a step, it's 10 first steps to then keep this going. So the giveaway requirement, with the brotherhood requirement that I want, every day you need to comment in the comment section to this video, to this post, 10 minutes, one of your 10-minute things, or one of your, so either a picture of you doing push-ups, a picture of whatever book you're reading, a picture of you doing that new skill, or simply, it doesn't have to be a picture. It could be, here's the new skill I worked on today. It could be, here's what I learned in my nonfiction book, or something that stood out to me. My favorite one-sentence line. My favorite verse of scripture that I read today. Here is what I did as a selfless act of service for my kid or my wife. Right? Or here's what I gave up today. I didn't have sugar. It was hard. And then what I want is for us as dudes in those comment sections, we're going to do it too. The instructor staff is going to try to hop on and do it, at least most of us are. And then build each other up. So what I want, make one post. We're going to take this back to college. If y'all ever did online college, you always had to do a discussion board. We had to make one post and then 2 responses. Look, all I'm asking for, 1 post and then 1 comment to somebody else's post, building them up. That's growth, right? So, we might even make a group chat out of this. We might do this once a month. I don't know. This is first time. But the whole point is growth is hard. And the only, way that we grow, is by making hard steps, making steps to change. If you want to be different, you got to do different. And so sometimes, it's very easy to find a temporary solution to a permanent problem. And it's so much in society, we aren't growing. We feel stagnant, where we feel like growth is hard. We're avoidant. And so the only way we're going to get to what we really want is by growth. So we're going to do this now. If you comment all 10 days, that's how you get the giveaway. If you do it 4 days out of 10, not eligible for giveaway. Okay, so this has to be a 10-day commitment. And then if you guys need ideas, dry fire routines, book idea, whatever we're at. And it could be online books, audio books for 10 minutes, something. All right. Then we'll send you ideas, post in the comment, ask your questions. We'll give ideas, but this has to be a commitment every day. So whoever has 10 entries in the comment section is going to be one who gets the giveaway. And be intentional, guys. What we're going to ask at that Brotherhood event is, we're going to have a couple hours set aside where each person is going to get 10 minutes to talk about their 10-day challenge, things that they learned, teach us maybe a new skill where we can sharpen each other. Iron sharpens iron, and that's what scripture says. Iron sharpens iron. That's what a friend does. And so let's start sharpening. Some of us are just numb and we are so dull. And we need sharpening. Your best friend's the guy in the foxhole with you. That's that brotherhood and that camaraderie. We can go to him about anything. That's what I want to start building on going into 2024. It's the perfect time of the year to do this. Let's end December. In 2023. 2023 has been a rough year for a lot of people. Let's end 2023 with growth instead of regression, with sharpening rather than dulling, right? So let's make this happen. December 1st, 10-day challenge. Let's see how many of you guys can commit to this and make this happen.